So we've come a long way. We can see our frog is pretty much caught. There it is. We've gone from the bigger picture, the bossing in, to a more refining, and now we're coming to the point where we need to focus everything. In other words, tidy up all these little junctions here, clean up underneath there, and so on around the back here, and also to just clean the surface a little bit, just to tidy that up, leaving the details, the final details, such as the toes and the eyes, to the very end, because they're very much surface details. So on to the focusing and getting our frog nice and sharp. Focusing in particular means taking care of the final outlines and running the forms round and underneath, so we can start undercutting. Be very careful not to stab into the rim and to clean out the junctions neat and tidily. You need only undercut enough to make the point. You don't have to undercut extensively where it's not necessary. But undercutting will be under the legs, it'll be around the body, pushing that around and underneath, and making these shadows deeper using skew chisel to get into the recesses. The front of the frog, between the frog's head and the rim, is one of the most difficult parts to work because you are essentially carving into end grain. So the best thing here is to keep your cuts coming across the grain and slicing where you can rather than directly down along the grain. So even with the skew chisel here, you want to put a bit of a slice on it and push away right into that corner, get that as deep as possible. As you undercut the front leg from both sides, eventually deepening and deepening, you're going to meet in the middle and the leg is going to be completely pierced through. And at this stage, you're going to see how well you've managed to get the rim flat from one side to the other. So from the two front legs, you can move round to the middle and give the head a sense of throat and a chest beneath. And to create the sense of a mouth, all you need to do is create a strong change of plane underneath, like so. Then once you've worked around the mouth and focused all that, you can then come to the back of the frog and start cleaning that up, shaping it, putting in strong junctions and so on. I found a back bent gouge very useful for getting into this area beneath the leg and above the foot, where the handle of a normal gouge is fouled by the rim on the opposite side. Similarly, short bent skew chisels were great for cleaning up in here. This is a little tricky area to get into, mainly because you have to remove the wood without damaging the rim. All the time we're trying to keep an eye on that rim and that sense of the bowl. So nibble away, try and cut little by little and make as clean slicing cuts as possible where you can.